Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit different. I want to do, since Valentine's Day is coming up. Valentine's Day is this Sunday. Today, as I'm filming, is Friday the 12th. Tax day. But probably I'm gonna put this out on Saturday. It's gonna be a two-part video. Um, yeah. So part one, just because it's the most. Let's do my personal best romantic comedy movies, because there's just not a romantic movie. No one wants to watch that shit. So best rom-com movies by the decade. Uh, Looking at the list right now and just thinking about all the movies I saw, the 90s is the best. Arguably, I guess, but the 90s is the best. Like, you had Julia Roberts, Richard Gere, Sandra Bullock, I don't say Hugh Jackman. He was in some too. Uh, what is his name? Hugh Hugh something. I can't think of his name right now. It's crazy. But yeah, let's get right into it. Can I turn this around? I can't turn this around. So, okay. So, these are not in any particular order. Sorry about my handwriting. Yeah, there was some mess-ups with the writing. I'm not rewriting that shit. So, and once again, in no particular order, there were so many movies I had to cut for the 90s. So many movies. But we gonna get down to this. Let's start with the 80s. This is probably the first rom-com I could ever remember watching. Probably was too young to watch it, but Just One of the Guys is a masterpiece. It's this girl, she wants to be taken seriously, so she becomes a guy. Like, they had transgender people before it became like a trending topic. It's crazy. But she ended up liking it, then she ended up liking a guy, and he was like confused. He's like confused. It was a good quality movie. And then you got Pretty in Pink. Now that was hard too, to narrow it down, because she was in Molly Ringwald was in a few movies. So this one is the one I remember first off the top of my head. You have her, but he's the one where she lost her mom and her dad was raising her. Dad was a piece of shit, kind of. And she falls in love with this guy who's rich, and then they had that type of love. So, yeah. All right, let's get into it. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you right now. Just One of the Guys, I'm going to just do Just One of the Guys wins. Like, for me, that just wins. It just trumps it. Just the times and the music, the whole concept of it. It was the first time I can think of that I've seen something like that, and it was pulled off convincingly, even for the 80s. To look back at it, it might be cringy, because I haven't seen it in a very long time. But that is my winner. Just One of the Guys. I think Pretty in Pink, it's hard, because 16 Candles, like, it's all interchangeable. So, yeah. And now we go. When Harry Met Sally, Dirty Dancing. The best thing about When Harry Met Sally, these are grown-ass people. Grown-ass people. And, like, they got together, they kept falling out with each other, and get together, and then fall out with each other. Like, it's a long love story. And the way they did it is great. Billy Crystal, it's crazy to think, like, Billy Crystal was, just to look at Mike Wazowski, like, he's like that type of romantic lead. Like, it's crazy to think about. And then you got Dirty Dancing. I'm just gonna do this right now, because we not finna sit here and just lie to people like you don't know what I'm gonna pick. Like, bruh. Dude. And this one is also a no-brainer. Like, this is just a no-brainer, because yeah, we just gonna do that too. Dirty Dancing wins. This is the best movie of the 80s for me. So yeah, let's just do Dirty Dancing. And I'm not gonna have enough room right, let's switch colors. Because this one is like, screw you. All right. No one puts baby in the corner. They did the jump lift. Shall I continue? Like, we're not gonna just act like, oh, it's not, erase it. We're not gonna act like that's not the best movie. Like, we're just not gonna do that. Like, all right. I might not have to relate. So let's go to the 90s. Let's start off the top. 10 things I hate about you gets a bye. Mostly because everything else. But 10 things I hate about you gets a bye for sure. I'll put this up against any one of these movies, to be perfectly honest with you. And I love Heath. And that might be just the only reason why. All right. She's All That versus Notting Hill. This one was a little hard because these aren't even in any particular order. I seen them. I thought on them. I wrote them down. She's All That is cool. It's the classic ugly girl transformation type of shit. Notting Hill, I believe that's the one. See, I shouldn't even picked it. I believe that's the one where either Julia Roberts is normal or Hugh. Oh God, what's his name? I almost say Hefner. Or he's normal, or she's. And it's one of the two. And like they meet and fall in love. I think it's Julia Roberts. She's famous, and he's just a regular dude. And like that whole thing. This is hard, man, because it's like a whole British element. I'm all about that shit. I believe Paul Walker is, and She's All That. He's like swole too. See, it's already hard, bro. Let's go with, let's see. It's hard. Because I haven't seen both. I've seen Notting Hill more recently than She's All That. But in the interest of time, let's go with let's skip. Crybaby versus While You Were Sleeping. Okay. It's classic Depp. 90s Depp is classic Depp. Hard to go against. While You Were Sleeping is a Christmas movie. I love Christmas. So the whole idea is kind of creepy too. Like, the whole idea is very much creepy. So I don't know. It's hard. I really just saw it recently too because, like I said, it's a Christmas movie. We just came from Christmas. Crybaby is a musical technically. I hate musicals, but you know, don't worry about the beat. All right, stuff got away from me. That's hard. Like, there was a motorcycle. I think somebody got stabbed. Please, Mr. Jailer, dude. That's hard. That's so hard. It's basically Grease, but a little bit more raunchy. This is hard. This is really hard, honestly. I'm gonna have to skip again. But the next one is no better. And like they all get harder. Let's do Best Man versus Runaway Bride. Okay. Like on off surface, they don't seem like the same. Like it's hard to do because they're so different. They're really not that different. Like Runaway Bride and Best Man aren't too far apart. It's hard to compete Julia Roberts and Richard Gere versus an ensemble cast. But also, I have a lot of nostalgia with Best Man because in 6th grade, that movie was wild for me. And people in the classroom were the characters. And like we embodied that shit. I was Tay Diggs, you know, like dead ass. I'm not just saying that to sound cool. But yeah, it's so hard. The 90s is hard. Like the 90s really got some heat with rom-coms, like honestly. Like she rides a horse, man. Like, but there's a choke out scene in football. And then this is hard. I'm gonna go Runaway Bride. I think Runaway Bride competes well with everything. I would rewatch it. I don't think Best Man has the best rewatch ability. Like there's a plot twist-ish, and once you know it, it kind of ruins it. So let's go with Runaway Bride. Okay. You Got Me a Wedding Singer. Just because it's more comedy than anything, like it's starting to get easier to do this shit now. Wedding Singer versus Runaway Bride. I just saw this recently too. He told her, take off the t-shirt before you break up the band. And the kids were cursing, and it's just, and the singers in the wedding, and then the song, you know, done to me. I lay in bed all day long, feeling melancholy. It just wins, man. You got Mel, like, I'm gonna say Nev Campbell, Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks, and like they haven't seen each other. They're flirting online. In real life, he trying to take over a company. They end up realize that they like each other, but it can't compete. All right, my best friend's wedding and 4 weddings and a funeral. Why did I do this to myself? Okay, one is they're kind of the same, just and a funeral. Cameron Diaz is in best friend's wedding. I want to say best friend's wedding, just because like a lot of people get drunk. But 4 weddings and a funeral, man, it's like it travels, and like I think it's more mature. Let's go with that one. Let's just stop the madness. We already got one Julia Roberts. Like I don't feel bad about doing this. 4 WF. All right. She's All That, Notting Hill. Let's go with Notting Hill. Like I said, the British element is just doing it for me. I love British stuff. All right. This is hard. Crybaby versus While You Were Sleeping. Let's go with Crybaby. Let's just go with Crybaby because it's classic Johnny Depp that was singing. The songs are very memorable. While You Were Sleeping, it's kind of creepy, kind of annoying, but you know, it's Sandra Bullock. It was so hard to keep her off this list too, but she has more 2000s movies, as I realized. So, but Sandra Bullock, man, it's hard. Now, if I did a Sandra Bullock versus Julia Roberts romantic comedy, ooh, who loses in that? All right. So Notting Hill versus Crybaby, 4 weddings and a funeral versus 10 Things I Hate About You, and then you get While You're Wedding Singer versus Runaway Bride. All right, Dirty Dancing, Just Waiting. I want to say Wedding Singer again, just the singing, and they had a bride that left. This was the first movie I saw Adam Sandler like act, so we gotta give it to him, bro. All right, 4 weddings and a funeral versus 10 things. Again, that's hard, bro. I'm gonna just give it to Heath. It's a movie I've just well remember, and I haven't seen it in so long time. There's so many people in this movie too. Gabrielle Union is in it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in it. Bunch of people from Clueless is in it. Like, it just has to be. Notting Hill versus Crybaby. Oh my God, please don't fall. I'm not in the mood. Let's see. I gotta go to Notting Hill. Crybaby gets cringy after a while. Like, they start licking tears. So, it's like they had tears in the bottle. She was like drinking this shit. That shit got creepy as fuck. Uh, ah, damn, is it another buy? Okay. Let's give Wedding Singer the buy because I'm telling you right now, nothing else is gonna win. All right, so Notting Hill versus 10 Things. I gotta go with 10 Things. Two circles. It's just like I said, the ensemble cast. When what's her name? Oh girl, she gave the speech. And he was looking right at her. He was about to cry. And she was already crying. Dude, that's it. That's it. It's the best. So these two now. Are you following? uh, 10 Things I Hate About You versus Wedding Singer. That's hard. 10 Things I Hate About You versus Wedding Singer. Ah, man. I believe it's the first, I almost said Rosario. What is her name? First movie with them two. I believe I have 50 First Dates in the 2000s battle. Hmm. Let's go Wedding Singer. It's more funny. The 80s music, Billy Idol's in it. Let's go with Wedding Singer versus, yeah, so Wedding Singer wins versus 10 Things I Hate About You. So in the final, hold up. So the final, it took a while, but we got there, bro. The final, Dirty Dancing versus Wedding Singer. Okay. Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner. Patrick Swayze. The best, bar none. Can't do no wrong. Okay, yeah, he was old as shit in the movie compared to Baby, but shut up. Set in the 50s, I believe. They had the 50s moves, then had the concert to end. Everybody was shucking and jabbing. It was like what she's doing here. She was like, I carried a watermelon. It's great. And then the whole scene when she was telling her dad like who she wanted to be, like she was crying. It was crying. I almost cried. I don't cry, but I almost cried. Wedding Singer. Just seeing the girlfriend trying to get back, and then Steve Buscemi was a drunk. He gave awkward speeches. And, like, dude, the dad was gonna fight him. That one part, this is hard. I might do a draw, honestly. Like, this is hard. But also, let's just give it to Dirty Dancing. Because you can play that movie all day long. I guarantee, out of 24 hours, you will watch 6 hours of it. Can you watch this Wedding Singer that much without it just feeling repetitive, redundant, and start hating Adam Sandler? No. But you will sit and watch Dirty Dancing just to see the dance moves and the setting. Like, let's not act like this ain't one of the best movies of all time. So there you have it. It's a long video of me not even showing myself. Do we have a winner for my personal best rom-com decade battle, part 1, 80s versus 90s? Dirty Dancing wins. It's a hell of a battle. Everyone battled hard, but there can only be one winner. There's a blur, it's glossy, but Dirty Dancing is the winner. So there you have it. There can only be one. And for the 80s versus 90s, Dirty Dancing is my best movie rom-com. Thank you for watching this long video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy some movies.